Hey yo, whoop whoop, yo! Can't believe it's Friday. Some of you motherfuckers I haven't seen in a week is crazy. That the gathering of the Juggalos is just like over. I mean, just the fact that I came home last week, it's technically Sunday because I left after the clowns. It's just so crazy how life moves so fast, so fast. Let's see here. So, welcome to another edition, episode 20 of Whoops Up and Whoops Down, the Juggalo movie podcast, or whatever I want to call it today. And today I'm calling it a gathering of the Juggalo recap. That's what it is today. I did watch a movie at the gathering. I will talk about that. That was actually a fun story. But mostly this is about going over my gathering experiences and showing off all the goodies I have. Um, Hopefully the fan's not too distracting. It gets really hot up here in my room. So this year I did something different than I've never done before. I showed up on Monday. Last year I showed up on day 0, and I saw how important that day is. Like day 0 is super important to get there early, especially if you're camping. But I actually think day 0. I think day 0 is super important for all you merch guys, especially lazy crazy merch. Like if you want to make sure that you get the fresh shit, you gotta come day 0 because they open that bitch up early, and a lot of that shit like could sell out so quickly because motherfuckers are already. I don't know how they get in there. Probably ballers in the cars. They can just go straight to lazy and crazy. So I knew that this year I was definitely coming for day 0. I need my lazy and crazy merch because I'm a collector. If you guys know me. But this time, whoop whoop asshole, what's up, Nazar? Whoop whoop. I'll get to you in a little bit, homie. It's good seeing you guys. Welcome, 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 welcome. So this year, Ari kind of convinced me to come on Monday. So I call it day 00. It's it was it was interesting. I showed up at 10 o'clock at night, which is I think pretty fresh because the knot was gonna drop at midnight. I think that was the good move to listen to the knot for the first time at the gathering grounds. I think that would really what set the mood for the whole week was listening to the knot. So when I got there at 10, I met up with Ari and Prestyle, and then I got to see Ruby, Cheese House, Wakanda, Taffy. I got to hang out with them for a bit. Will Gates. We're all just hanging out in the parking lot. It's a parking lot party. Everybody's co-mingling. Everybody's getting a little excited. It's like you know, before movie tickets could reserve seats. I was one of those people that would sit in line for hours to get my seat, especially for those new Star Wars films, especially Episode 7 and Episode 8, and maybe Rogue One. I waited like several hours to get good seats. So like showing up super ass early to an event is, you know, I'm not scared of that. I don't care. So day 0, I'm hanging out with everybody. A homie gives me a dab cookie. And then I look at my phone. It's like, oh shit, the knot's dropping. The knot's dropping. So and before that, when I got there, they kind of had the setup a little different. So they already were getting the ballers and the car lot and the car passes people already set up for tomorrow. So it was already felt like, hey, shit, we're already fucking organized, or we're getting organized. So they had the general admission park way, way in the back because as the car passes and everything else come in, they want to make sure that there's room for everybody to get in. So when I had my dab cookie, I had to walk all the way in the back to my car, and I get in my car, I put it on, and then I started the knot at midnight. As soon as that bitch dropped, I listened to the knot. And it was fresh as hell. I mean, people were like even lighting fireworks as certain parts of the knot was going on, and it just fit. Um, hit the parking lot people now. Yeah. So listen, I have a video of my first viewing of the knot. If you guys want to see how I felt about the knot, I was when I plan on coming to the gathering, I plan on doing a documentary. I was gonna film some shit, but as the weekend went on, and how I felt, leading up to the gathering, like I needed some personal time. I needed to really reflect and really own the time that I had because I've been through a lot. There's things that some of you people know who hung out in the gathering. I've told a lot of people about my business, but I like the last several months have not been fun for me. I'm going through a divorce. Yeah, it's not fun. And then and where that led to into some other bullshit that I had to deal with, like right before the gathering. I mean, like the week before the gathering, I had to deal with some bullshit. And while I'm at the gathering, I'm still doing bullshit. I signed all that stuff. So, so my headspace was just all over the place emotionally because of all the turmoil that I was going through. So like I needed the gathering. So listening to the knot really like hit me in certain places. So let me find that video on my phone. We'll watch it. I don't see. Maybe I'll post it later. But okay. All right. So we're gonna watch. So there's me after the knot. All right, I'm gonna turn it all the way up, people. A first reaction. I just listened to the knot. I mean, all the way through the first time, and it's gonna start again. Very interesting album, I would say. I can't wait to listen to it again. I would say that's my first reaction. I want to listen to it again. There's some stuff I'm like, oh, okay. Definitely, I can see. I can't wait for the Discord, I would say. And I think I like it. I think. First listening through, I think I like it. There's a lot of things I did like. There's things I want to go back to and listen to. And I listen to in my car. So next will be earbuds. And I think I'm going to record every time I listen to the album and see if I get a different reaction each time I listen to it. Because, it's like anytime I listen to ICP, it's albums you gotta digest. It's never good to listen to one through. It's like you have to listen to it to finally get the message and stuff like that, or just how I feel about it. Each Joker card is a symbol in my life. Let's see what this symbol for me is. So I'm at the gathering right now. Technically now it's day 0, 1 in the morning. Day 0, y'all. I'm gonna go find some friends and listen to the album again. So let's see how this journey goes. Ooh. Okay, I just need a first react. Okay, so I did not end up recording multiple times. I actually didn't have a chance to listen to it multiple times at the gathering, but that was my first reaction, is that I liked it. There were certain songs like I didn't know how I felt about at first because when you listen to something new, you're not picking up every little bits of detail into the album, especially like I knew that Mikey Clark did half. I know that Kuma and Mike P, DJ Clay, Shaggy the Airhead, and Devereaux hell had beats, like all helped in the album. So I was curious about who did what and everything else. And I was hoping that at the time that there was going to be a hardcover for the knot. Like I hope there was I hope like this was just a digital release. I hope that there was a hard copy. That was like my thought. Like, oh, I can't wait to grab that hard copy because I stopped using streaming. Actually, it was actually funny. During that week, my Apple Music expired, so I could only listen to the knot for so long before they were like, nope, no more. So I ended up sleeping in my car on day 00. And it was actually that night was actually a cool night. I was able to roll my windows down a little bit, had a nice little breeze, little air fan. I got a little air fan action going on, like this boy. Not like this boy, but I had like a portable fan blowing directly on me. I got some sleep. It was all right. I think I got up at 7 in the morning, got in line, and got my wristband and my charm somewhere. But I had my charm and my booklet, feeling superficial. And I wear these until the next one. So and actually the last year one really meant a lot to me. It was actually sad when I had to uh, clip that one off. I had a kitten named Goonie who loved us. He would nurse on the gathering thing right here. Uh, and he was getting bigger and he was still doing it. So when he passed, whoop whoop EC, he passed in December. We found him dead in my basement. We don't know why. What happened? That hurt to my core. So to finally clip that one off, I actually wore it the whole time. They actually didn't clip it off. They just put it over top of the one from last year. So so I got to keep it on for the whole gathering with the last year's little arm wristband thing, and I didn't clip it until I got home. But yeah, day 0 was interesting. We kind of just hang out with a bunch of people. I stayed on the grounds, kind of walked around a couple times. I got my charm, met a bunch of people. I think that day I had Nazar needed to be picked up from the airport at 2:30, so I kind of had to kill time until 2:30. I ended up leaving a little early and just took the back roads to the airport that was the time I got to listen to the knot again. I was like, yeah, it's a good excuse to use the knot, like listen to the knot. So I was like, so I picked up Nazar. This is the second year I picked him up from the airport. That's a homie for real. Anytime he needs me to pick him up, I mean, I'm from Ohio. I mean, it's nothing, I went by myself this year. This is the first gathering I went by myself. The last 4 was with my soon-to-be ex-wife. So, like, once again, like a lot of emotions were going on for me the whole time I was there. I'll tell you that. So once when Nazar got in, we hooked up with Will Gates. And Will Gates. Let's see here. I actually bought some stuff from Mr. Will Gates on day 00 because that motherfucker was hustling. See here. Do I have him on here? Okay, so I bought on day 0. I bought the Cheesegate LP, the black boy, all black boy. I got the orange boy last year, so it was actually pretty fucking cool that I get to listen to. Like 1 year later, they released it. I haven't opened it yet. It's still in the fucking thing. I'm gonna open it, and I'm definitely can't wait to bump this because the Cheesecake LP I listened to last year was fucking dope as hell, and I know that this is gonna be really cool. It's been a while since I've listened to the LP, so this is gonna be very cool. I also had to pick up PG-17 by Will Gates. I love this album. I only had it in streaming, so once I knew that I was going to get off streaming, I needed to own this boy because I love this album a lot. It was dope as hell, So shout out to Will Gates. This is a fucking dope album. Good work. Shout out to Broken Star who did a lot of this, the music for this. And then speaking of Broken Star, I knew about the Wicked Future EP that he made with Broken Star. I wanted to listen to this hard because of how good this album was. I know that this is going to be the shit. So, I thought that I would have listened to it by now, but I have been busy since coming home. I've been super busy and I've been sick, so I haven't been able to download it. So you'll get my future opinions about Wicked Future sooner or later. So I got those 2 things. Probably I end up buying more things, but I'll get to that later. All right. So when I got back from dropping pick up Nazar, he got his gear. We split off for a little bit. I actually ended up meeting Humble Among and Kosuke and his girlfriend Ari and Emily. I got to chat with them. I got to walk up with Humble to get his first year press pass. So that was pretty cool to watch him do that. The homie getting an achievement like that. That was, so I got to hang out with them again. And then everybody started lining up because they were starting to let cars in a little bit. It's like, oh shit, here we go. So because the wrestling was at JCW was doing something at 10. So we figured that they would let us in early. Like they would, because last year I didn't get into the grounds until midnight at day 0. So I'm like, there's no way we're gonna be out here till midnight while there's wrestling going on. They're gonna let these people in. They gots to, right? They want to make that crowd look full. So we actually everybody lined up on one side. Me and Nazar went to the other side and we got into the shade because it was starting to get fucking hot. It was starting to heat up, and I was wearing the Shaking the Airhead Randy Marsh shirt, and I was getting hella compliments from that. I got to see Shutter Jug and Brittany taking pictures. I haven't seen them in a while. I haven't seen them since last year. Actually, I don't think they went to the gathering last year. So it was nice to hang out with them. Got a picture. I actually got to say hi to King Zeb. He was doing a documentary. I got to meet his girlfriend and Trevor, who is recording everything, and they actually interviewed me for their documentary. So if that ever comes out, I'm not in it. Peep it out. King Zeb is pretty cool. You always see him take pictures. He's also a very cool guy, very nice. DBC, Darby's girlfriend, was also there, and I got to talk with her, and she talked about how she was bringing this mustard beer to the craft beer exchange. And I was just like, wow, that's fucking silly as hell. Are you gonna bring mustard beer? So that got me hyped for the craft beer thing that was happening on, I believe, Thursday. That was happening on Thursday. So like before, like that's why it's so cool about day 0. You get to meet the homies before everybody comes in, and you kind of get chat up, and you kind of like can recap a little bit. So I was able to like walk around, and because I wasn't with anybody, I could do whatever I want. So I was able to, be a social butterfly, and I got to walk around and make sure, like, say hi to people that were in line, and then me and Nazar were on the side, getting the fucking shade. And the guy who was kind of patrolling everything was just telling us to get off the road. And I remember Nazar was just like, hey, like, what if I get one of those cars? Would you let me in? The guy was like, if somebody can let you in the car, I'll let you in. So it was like, bet. So the whole time, hey, let me in. Hey, let me in. And finally, I think it was like several cars passed, and finally somebody let him in. Like Nazar was able to jump into the fucking vehicle and was able to get into gathering early. Like he wanted to camp by the tent, by the trees. So he can do a hammock gimmick and stuff like that. So he's able to get in there, and we were all cheering for him. Like, yes, he fucking did it. He ninja his way into the gathering. That was dope. That's the carnival provides right there. It was like, you got to see the vision, and it paid off. It was really fucking cool. So we kind of waited, and as soon as they like all the cars left off and they started letting us in, my ass booked it. I mean, I booked it from fucking merch roll. Like my tent, like if it was just me, I had a tent and a sleeping bag. Like I could do that at night. Like I had a headlamp. I had this boy right here. I was like, bruh, I don't need to wait. I'm going straight to Lazy and Crazy. So that's what I fucking did. I went to Lazy and Crazy. I got a couple stuff. Then I see Darby was at D-Town. I said hi. I said hello to Parker and everybody over there. And the reason why I want to see Darby, because I got a Darby tattoo too. And he hasn't seen it in person, so I wanted him to see it. So, I mean, he posted on his Instagram, so if you see that from when he was performing, that's my leg. So it was nice to, let him see it and stuff like that, dap up with him. So that was pretty cool. And did I end up buying some other stuff at the merch? I think I went to Lazy and Crazy. Oh, and I went to the Psychopathic booth. I looked in there and I checked to see if they had the not hard copy. They do. They did have the not. And this was $10. Like, woo, that's like fucking like that's pretty good. This is what it looks like from the inside. And what I like about don't know if everybody has a hard copy of this, but what I love about it, you know how they had to like give it like nothing. Nada. See, like each page is like a different language of saying nothing. Until you get to the, that part where it tells you who all did everything. Yeah. No. Nothing. So I also got, I looked at it, I was like, the CDs, they had other CDs there that were $5. I was like, huh? CDs for $5 and all ICP CDs? I'm like, fuck yeah. So I got two CDs. Two CDs I technically have never owned hard copies with. I got digital and stuff like that. So I got a copy of Wizard of the Hood. I never owned this album. I know it's like bittersweet now, but I mean, this is still a good record. And I'm hearing it on a physical copy, hearing that production and stuff like that. It's going to be very nice to hear for the first time again. And of course, I got the Fuck Off EP. I've never owned this EP. I've listened to this EP many times, but I've never owned it. So, and like they were selling a lot of CDs. And when I went back there later to buy my mom merch, most of these fucking CDs were fucking gone. So people were buying these. So that's pretty cool. So I was supposed to camp with Camp Hot Meat, but some situation happened with Camp Hot Meat where it didn't which one? Which one's the best record? Wizard of the Hood? I enjoy Wizard of the Hood. When I was learning how to drive for the first time is when I was fucking with Wizard of the Hood really heavy. So this was about 2010. 2011 is when I was really fucking hard with Wizard of the Hood. Listen, people, like, I had no OGs. My OG was my mom, and she only listened to the Riddle Box and Bazaar with the Eyeballs. Like, that was her two albums that we listened to a lot. So it's like a lot of this jug shit, I had to do my own. So to be able to listen to the Wizard of the Hood, I had LimeWire. Yes, I had LimeWire, and I stole. All right, I stole. I'm sorry, clowns. I stole from you, but I was a poor kid. My parents were going to support my habits with the clowns. I had to do it myself. So guess what? Boom. That's how I listened to a lot of the old records. I mean, like Hell's Pit for the first time, all LimeWire. Dark Lotus albums, LimeWire. So I'm not sorry. It really made me connect with the and that's when the time I was listening to W Fuck Off a lot too. And that's how I was able to listen to a lot of the like Homies to Smoke With was probably the first time I heard that was on W Fuck Off. I listened to that a lot, especially when I was doing homework. But anyways, so what happened was I ended up camping near Sis and their Dab Rangers. I did that last year, so it was very comfortable to hang out with them homies right there. So whoop whoop, nice seeing you here, brother. Welcome. We're just chilling. We're talking about the gathering. I'm only in day 0. I was at 00, so like so we're on Tuesday. I've been there since Monday. So I ended up camping with Sis. Where the Sis was at it was a great place, but the problem was like there was fucking rocks. And I got these C17 slider boys, and I love these. I wear these every fucking day. They're super comfortable, except on fucking gravel. Bro, they were getting right up in there, dog. Oh, struggle busting when it came to that fucking gravel in the back. Anyways, so me and Kosuke were able to. Kosuke was there. We're trying to find a good camping spot. We were going to camp at Camp Hot Me too. It was Kosuke, so we actually found a spot like near the Dab Ranger, which is kind of like near the fence. And was able to find an area where it's just like right near somebody's camp, but it was enough where it could be our own. So he put his tent up first. I went to grab my shit after I all my merch that I bought. I put it back in the car. Like I wasn't gonna keep that on the grounds. I'm just not. Come on, man. I spent that money. I'm not gonna let somebody just gonna nab it from me. Not saying any Juggalos would, but if something fucking laying around, somebody's gonna pick it up. I'm not gonna let that happen. You're just gonna have to do it. So I try to put up this tent. It's a brand new tent. Struggle busing. I gotta admit, I don't really put up tents. I'm a city boy. So I had some people help me. I think Clown Devil Boy helped me. I think he was there. There's a bunch of people that helped me, and it was really quick. Once they helped me put it up, boom, it was up, and we were good. So after that, I kind of walked around a little bit. I think I got more stuff, and then Rebecca was trying like, hey, go to Camp Chaos. So I think that's the day. I think that's the day. That's the day. I gotta look at the schedule because some of these days, because I stayed up till like 4 or 5 in the morning almost every fucking day. A lot of these days just fucking run into each other. All right, let me look at day 0. I'm in day 1 here. Let me look at my old eyes. Okay, where is the fuck? Okay, so it's day 0. Whoop. Okay, so after I got my camp hooked up, I was hanging at a Camp Hot Meat. I actually I bumped into Kosuke's tent. I didn't know he was still in there. I was like, oh fuck. It was like 2, 3. It was 3 in the morning, whatever. I don't know. It was pretty fucking late. I bump in there and Kosuke's in there with this girl Ari, and I sit there and I was talking to them, and they were just like, hey, it's Kosuke's second gathering, but Ari's first. You can just tell that it rained a little bit that day, I believed, or it was getting like something. And then I was like, hey, like, come back to my car. I need to grab some stuff. Like, I got some Fago. I'll let you pick up the first. Like, I brought Fago for the camp. And I was like, hey, you can pick the first pack, whatever. So when we walked up, we actually ran up to Jiggy and Bobby at the gate, so we were able to hang out with them for a little bit, talk to them. And Bobby, I went to Bobby's vehicle because he had some whiskey, and Bobby knows I'm a big whiskey guy. Actually, I think what happened was I was smoking my cigar because I had a cigar for each fucking day. This is the second day, so I'm on my second cigar smoking it. So I get to take a swig of that, and it was fucking good. I mean, when bourbon's good when you have the taste and no bite. I think a lot of liquor sometimes it's hard to drink straight because of the fucking you get this nasty ass bite. You're just like, ooh, it's like it's smacking you a little bit. This one didn't. So shout out to Bobby Blaze for the nice swig of that whiskey. The last time Bobby Blaze and Jiggy gave me some bourbon at Jolly Jam, I got trashed and I boot and rally. I mean, I fell asleep a little bit at Jolly Jam. That's never going to happen again. That's never, ever, ever going to happen again. And it's clear because this gathering, I didn't really drink. I don't know. I didn't have a drink of alcohol except for that. That was the only alcohol I had with Bobby Blaze. Another time I barely smoked weed. Anytime I did, homies had it. And I just smoked cigars. So this gathering was all about me being sober and really taking it in because like the divorce happening, and I just didn't want to have substance come into that portion of my mental health. I'm already. I haven't had a chance to have that release. I've been trying to hold it in and try to be strong for my family, for my own personal health, and I think I tried. There was a wave. I did feel sad. I would say there was a lot of waves of sadness that hit me because a lot of things were just like, wow, I was here with Autumn a bunch of times, and I did, you do miss people, and I was with this person I knew this person for 9 years of my life. To have it all piss away in 3 months is crazy. And I'm not going to tell you all the things that happened. The people who know already know, and it's fucking batshit crazy. Anyways. Anyways, and day 1, we're at day 1. Yay, day 1. I ended up going, I slept a little bit in the tent, got a little hot, went to my car, took a nap till like noon. And I think the first thing, I kind of don't remember what I did the first day. I met up with Nick Bazaar and his girl Tana, his new girlfriend Tana. Cute couple. They're so sweet together. I got to hang out with them a lot, so I got to hang out with them. So kind of hung around until Sinister. Saw Sinister together. Sinister was dope. Big whoops up to Sinister. Saw him on the tour. That was the first thing I saw at the gathering. That was the Sinister set. Yeah, was the Sinister set, and it was fucking dope as hell. So I love, like, I'm not really into like metal shit too much, but he played some stuff from Came to Kill, which, I mean, you look over there, I got the bandana for. It's fresh as hell. Love that album. Peep it all the time. If you haven't listened to Come to Kill, peep it. It's 30 minutes it's a 30-minute album that just hits you from start to finish. It doesn't stop. And I like the chemistry between Sinister and Ouija. So that was cool. So after that, I kind of was hanging around. You kind of walk around. I think I went to the booth a couple times. I think we might even go back to the hill. I think I changed clothes around this time. I think there's a certain point where I did change clothes because sweaty as hell. So at the hill, I was hanging out with the Team Union J boys. They have a spot in the hill, best spot in the house. So I hung out with them. I came down to see Tara Diaz with Humble Among and Emily and Kosuke, and that was fun as hell. Emily had a lot to say about Tara Diaz, I would say. All positive, but had a lot to say. And I thought his set was good. He played some of the good songs. I listened to Menaflex. I liked it. I think Trending Topics is the best song. It might have been an album. When I listen to Trending Topics, it gives me the Yum Yum era, especially the way that Jay was rapping. I was like, this feels like Yum Yum Jay. If you understand that, if you listen to it, you might get it. But I'm happy with the Shaggy the Airhead beat. I'm always down to hear a Shaggy the Airhead beat. So that's my favorite song from that album. There's a Mike P joint that gives Shangri-La vibes to it. You can tell that he was really into that era a lot. It's a good album. If you want to peep it and support Juggalo artists, definitely check out Tara Diaz Menaflex. It's pretty good. So Motown Rage and Odd Squad, I watched from the hill. I don't really quite remember Motown Rage that much. But Odd Squad, I always liked Odd Squad, but I watched from the hill. They're just, they're so fitting for what the gathering is, and they fit with Juggalos. So, I mean, I wasn't upset that they were there. I was actually pretty happy that they were there. They were from 8 o'clock to 9. I think I ended up leaving, and so this is like I'm so delusional. I don't remember why I left because I missed Belushi Speedball. I missed that, and I remember I was walking down for Lardy B. I was walking down to Lardy B. At this point. And then I did catch Onyx. Oh, I know why. I ended up doing the Ferris wheel gimmick with somebody I met at Club Chaos who I recognized from Instagram, Lusty. And I saw her at the Sinister thing. We hung out there a little bit of the Sinister before I hung out with Nick and all them and all my homies. And then I end up seeing her again. And we got on the Ferris wheel, and she did not put a seatbelt on the Ferris wheel. Instead, she wanted to pop ass. So as soon as the Ferris wheel people saw that she was just popping ass up there, we got kicked right the fuck off. So that was the shortest Ferris wheel ride I have ever had. Ever. And it's very important why I'm telling you this, because how this night ended had to do with Miss Lusty right there. That was just like the beginning of just that adventure, I would say. So I saw Onyx. I think I smoked my cigar during Onyx a little bit. Oh, no, I was doing other rides. I was doing rides with Nick and Tana and all them. We were doing rides in there, and that was a lot of fun. Doing that during Onyx set. And then I was talking about, I came to the end of Lardy B, and I don't even remember why I missed that. I was pretty upset because I actually like Lardy B. Ari the Rugged Man, I was really excited for that because I've never seen Ari the Rugged Man live. And I watched it. I watched a little bit from the crowd, and I did come up to the hillside to be with the homies for that set. And then it was great to see Jane Doe come on stage and do Kick It Till I Wicked Till I Kick It. I love her Dane Joe EP. It's so poppy, it's so fun and energetic. It's like a sugar rush, I would say. I love Jane Doe. Actually, I saw that she has a new music video for the what is the We Type Music video. I haven't checked that out yet. I've been fucking busy, but shout out to Jane Doe. She got on stage. And shout out to Jane Doe's mom, who also got on stage. They're related to Ari the Rugged Man. So that was a very nice set. You know, I know that people were kind of bitching and moaning, but for the first day, for Wednesday, I feel like Ari the Rugged Man was the perfect way to end the night and actually almost really start the gathering. I think, to me, when you get to that 11 o'clock time, that's when the gathering really comes alive because it's not as fucking hot. So everybody's more active and more around and talking, and the carnival themes really, really come out in the bright lights and stuff like that. So after the Ari the Rugged Man, I had to hit Juggalesque. And I'll tell you what, Juggalesque was fucking packed. Packed, my boys. Packed. I mean, I thought I would get there in time. Motherfucker, it was packed. You couldn't get in. I had to watch it from a spasmodic point from the way back. I was able to see it, and I got to see Cheyenne, who I'm Instagram friends with. I got to meet her. I got to talk to her a bit and chop it up for the first time. I got to see a lot. And Bridget Bites fucking killed it. I mean, her set killed it. A lot of the girls killed it. And it, to me, is like this Juggalesque needs to be a normal fucking. It should be just as a prevalent and of a theme as like the wet t-shirt contest, Miss Juggalette, Mr. Juggalo. Like I think I saw Miss Jugg. Oh, I did see Mr. Juggalo. I did check the Mr. Juggalo pageant. That was weird. I completely blocked it out of my mind. I did see that show where Ruby called it the dick show because everybody was going to show their dicks or their butthole. I think that was the show where I saw the most dicks and buttholes on that one was the Mr. Juggalo pageant. I actually thought about doing it last year. I'm not doing it ever. I don't think so. No. I mean, no. So anyways, Juggalesque was great. And it just shows that it's a staple. You need to put it on a stage. I think Humble said it yesterday. I watched the Humble 200 thing today. Whatever he said, it was like, this needs to be on a stage. And I agree. The Iconic stage would have been great. You can have a lot more people there. It would have been a lot more fun. The music quality, great. But, woo, buddy. It was fun. And after that was the Chapter 17 party. But what we just did is we just went straight to the Acetone set. Because the Acetone set was right across the thing from where the Chapter 17 party was at. So after Juggalesque, I went there. I think I changed to my Gloom Unit jersey and everything. I think that's probably why I missed a little bit of Lardy B because I think I changed my clothes. That's what happened. After when Motel Red's playing, I kind of got changed, and I think I called my partner Kiki at that time, and that's why I missed Lardy B a little bit. Anyways, the Acetone set, or should I say the Gloom Unit set, the Freak Off, dog. It was the Freak Off, all right. I mean, buzz balls everywhere, fucking bounce, like there was a dice. It was just a lot of fun. I mean, I'm a Gloom Unit boy, man. Like those are my homies. Those are my fucking dogs. Frankie Goldie, Acetone Boogie. Those are my fucking my homie. Devereaux, Devereaux was on there. You know, he's part of Gloom Unit. Without Devereaux, there is no Gloom Unit. But that set was, to me, out of the whole fucking day, that was I can't say for Lardy B because I didn't see Lardy B. From what I saw, I loved the Lardy B set went great. But you cannot argue that acetone set, that Gloom Unit set was the shit. Frankie was on point. Acetone was on point. I saw a Flash Cat going off. I saw there's girls popping ass, buzz balls everywhere. Fucking Kosuke was passing out these fucking witch brew fucking buzz balls. Like I said, I didn't drink or anything. I didn't do that kind of shit. So I just kind of pass it around to people. I was just having a good time. If you see some videos from that set, you can see me fucking going off. Those are my boys. I love Gloom Unit. So like that was fucking great. Like I got a high from that set. So after that set, the double whoops up for the fucking Gloom Unit boys. Shout out to Bobby. Shout out to Acetone and Frankie Goldie, giving out government names out here. And shout out to Liquid Death, Serial Criminal, the Fruity Pebble Boy. Love this shit. Tastes like Fruity Pebbles. Take a swig. Like Stone Cold said in his old podcast, take a swig for you Juggalos. Anyways, after that fucking set, I went to the Chapter 17 party for the working man, but for the working Juggalo, for the Juggalo man, it's delicious. It is. If you haven't tried this and you like sparkling water, a lot of people in my house don't like this. Don't like that. The Dr. Pepper boy for Liquid Death, recommend. Also recommend. Or a whoops up, I would say. I'm gonna keep my gimmick. Whoops up for that. Double whoops for this one. This is my favorite. And I gotta try the sweet tea one. I'm a big fan of Liquid Death. Sidebar, before I found Lazy and Crazy, before I got into Lazy and Crazy, I was buying a lot of Liquid Death merch. I actually liked their shirts and stuff like that, and I was wearing all that shit. So, I was a big Liquid Death mark at that time before. I think summer of 22. Year of 22, because I didn't get to Lazy and Crazy until 23. So I've been on the Lazy and Crazy kicks for the last 2 years. Anyway, so after that, went to the Chapter 17 party. It's always fun, and especially because I get to see some of my homies on stage. I smoked my cigar during that time. I even and then it's hard to, as the party was weeding out a little bit, all the major stars got on. I ended up getting on stage. I how I feel about that is I think it'd feel better to be invited versus just getting on the stage. So it's like everybody was doing it, and I was just like, well, fuck it, kind of thing. Like Kev Buck was spending and stuff like that. So I was just like, all right. So I got on there, and then Devereaux and Shaggy the Airhead was still there. So that was the cool part. So I got to chop it up with Dev and with Shaggy for a little bit, and then Kev Buck played some 3-6 Mafia shit, like the song "Who Run It," and I fucking love When the Smoke Clears. That's one of my favorite 3-6 Mafia albums. Is When the Smoke Clears. So "Who Run It," I'm fucking in it, and I'm just able to vibe with those people. The people, I love their music. I love their beats. I love what they do, and they bring the wicked shit vibe. They bring that 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 3-6 vibe into this. I just love it. I thought that was really cool. So finally, after I left, what did I do next after that? What was going on after that? What sucks is I wanted to see Green Jelly, and I missed it. Missed out on Green Jelly for the second fucking time they played. I missed them. If they play again, I'm not gonna miss them because I grew up on Green Jelly. I had a cassette tape of the Three Little Pigs song and Obey the Cow God. So those are the two songs that I know. And I heard that their set was fucking awesome, especially at 2:15 in the morning. That shit would have been lit. So if you got to see the Green Jelly boy, bro, awesome. Thank you. Okay. Oh, I know what happened. I end up walking around. I end up walking around a little bit. I end up seeing that my homies were about to do something. about to play or whatever. It was getting late. And I know that Kosuke and Odious was going to play. And then Lusty needed a ride home. Needed a ride home from the hotel. And I was the only one that's fucking sober. Like, they had like no clothes. They oh, I know what happened. Fuck, I know what happened. The person that that Lusty was with, I ended up seeing him like in the parking lot, and he had to go. And he gave me Lusty's stuff, and I gave it to her, and she ended up giving it to some other dude. And then then she lost that dude. So she had no way to get back to her hotel. And it was getting fucking late. It was, like I said, 4 in the morning. And I was sober. I was doing good. Unhappy got me hooked up on those caffeine patch boys. They look like snus tobaccos, right? But they have caffeine boys like those, like little caffeine things you put in there. And I'd pop those in. And that probably helped me get to, those 5 o'clock in the morning without like downing energy drinks or something like that. Like just pure caffeine. So I was like, man, like, so I told Leslie, I was like, look, I'm going to take you back to your hotel, but I want to stay. I want to stay in your hotel just because it's like, I don't want to drive back into the gallery at 6 o'clock in the morning and try to sleep in a fucking tent. Like, I needed a shower. I was like, hey, like, little quick pro quo, I'll do this if you did this for me. So that was agreed. I took her to her hotel. She had a spare bed. I got to sleep in the spare bed. I got to take a shower. That felt nice. I was able to help a homie out, making sure that she was safe. And I got a place to sleep. So I didn't have to sleep in a tent. So that was dope as hell. And then we ended up coming back the next day on day 2. I don't know. We got there probably, let me see here. Let me look at day 2 here. And what was the first thing I did? We got there probably around noonish because I wanted to go to the flea market boy. So went to the flea market boy. Went to find Humble Among. He was next to the table with the guy who did the director of the Off Ramp. I introduced myself with here. Humble tells this guy that I actually do a movie podcast and stuff like that. So we exchange contacts. And, maybe one day I get him on the show and he can talk a little bit about Off Ramp and about his being a director. Because I would love to have people who are in the industry talk about, making a movie and how hard it is and stuff like that. And especially somebody who made a movie about Juggalos. I have a lot of questions about that, about his histories with Juggalos and stuff like that, and get some little more information. I think that would be, a dope thing to do. And I did watch the movie. And honestly, I think it's good. I have questions about the third act. There's a certain point in the movie where it changes completely and almost becomes a different ass movie. I thought I was getting one thing, and there's like, no, it's this. And you're just like, oh, maybe that's where the off ramp comes in there because we just totally went off the rails, but it's off ramp, whatever. That's my little preview. If I'm not gonna give a rating for it just yet. I want to wait till that interview happens to fully give you my rating for Off Ramp. But so I exchanged meetings there, and Humble was telling me that he might be playing that night. I was like, oh shit, cool. And then I saw my homies Gracie and Batman as they were making Fago dogs. I got me a Fago dog, and then I saw that the beer exchange was helping not that far away. So I went over there. It was in the shade. Got to speak with the homies. Saw Acetone there. Said, congrats on his set. EC was there. Got to say what up with EC. Everybody. I love this. Is the second year I've come to the beer exchange, and every time I come to the beer exchange, I give up free CDs. I had some copies of Garden. I had copies of Psychobabble. I had copies of Moonlight Monster House. They're celebrating its 3rd year, I think. 3rd year anniversary. So I was able to give those away. That was pretty cool. Got some cool stuff. I don't have my jacuzzi. I think it's downstairs. But, those guys are cool. Team UJ, I'll never give them nothing but love. They show me nothing but love. We're Midwest boys for life, even though they're Bears fans. Anyways, so after that, I was going to see the Big Silva show, but we ended up going to the Skullkeeper camp. And I got to see Billy Will Gates perform. I got to see Unhappy. Unhappy is a homie of mine. I got to see he perform. Got to hang out with them a lot during the week. Oh, I forgot when I took Leslie home, I actually took Nick Bazaar and Tana home to the Airbnb they were staying at. I was like, oh, this is a pretty cool place. So I end up, that's for later. So it's because Carnival provided for me, a lot. So I missed the Big Silva show. Sucks. But what I did see was sets for my homies, and that was pretty cool. And then after Billy's set, he's like, hey, I'm gonna be on stage at Willie Hayes. And I've never seen Willie Hayes live. I know of him. I know he's the Fago Gang guy, and I know last year he was in Ballers selling his stuff, and he had the same spot this year selling his Fago Gang stuff, and so I got to see Willie Hayes for the first time. And at that time, I was able to see other homies waiting around for Will. Emily had this awesome ass fucking funnel cake that was delicious. I gotta take a bite of. Shout out to you, Emily, for letting me get a piece of that. That was fucking good as hell. Willie Hayes was good. I actually liked him. I might peep up his more music. It's sad that I don't have streaming anymore, but I'll find it on YouTube and stuff like that. And I think I'll give him a chance. I'm pretty particular when it comes to who I listen to. I mean, I listen to a lot of stuff and I watch a lot of movies, so like my time is very limited. So it's like I have to dedicate myself to it. And I have I get to the point where if I listen to one thing, I want to listen to the whole discography. So if I don't have it right away, that might deter me from listening. But I'm trying to be better about that. And give more people a shot. So Willie Hayes, I'll give your performance a whoops up. I mean, y'all got you. I mean, you got this big thing of weed and started blazing it and started fucking hotboxing the crowd. Cool on you, homie. That was dope as shit. You can peep the video of Will Gates on stage. You can see me fucking going out. It was great I was next to Broken Star when that was playing, and I felt good for him to have him hear his music, his beats, here on a live speaker like that. Like that was dope. That was dope as hell. Oh, and that the Scroll Keeper came. I got to see Sis perform, and I love seeing Sis perform. Like Sis is a homie. I love Sis. Okay, so after that, after the Willie Hayes thing, we went back to the stage. We went to the main stage. I hung out the hilltop. The only person I really gave a shit about was Waka Flocka and ICP, of course. So I stood up the hill the whole time. I watched. I don't even remember. No, actually, I think after the Willie Hayes thing, I went back to my car and I did a quick change of clothes. Change of clothes. Because I was, it's fucking hot in this bitch. It's hot as hell. Actually, no, I didn't. I didn't change clothes. I ended up just being naked. Not naked. I ended up just taking my shirt off for ICP. So, Waka Flocka, I didn't realize this until Waka Flocka played, but my junior and senior year of high school had a lot of Waka in it. Like No Hands, Hard in the Paint. Like, since Apple Music is like that portion's off, and everything that I bought or downloaded on my phone, Hard in the Paint and Wild Boy were like things I purchased when they first came out. I was like, golly, like I purchased that. I spent my money on that. Jeez. But so I actually was with Unhappy's daughter and her homegirl. Kind of was with them, kind of, not keeping an eye on them, just kind of like making sure that, pits happened, that they were safe, and they were in the safe area. I was kind of like, I was just there with them. And I would say Waka Flocka was the shit. I mean, motherfucker came out in face paint. Motherfucker had the sweet fucking yellow boy jersey, Hatchet Man jersey, and that motherfucker raged. All right, mad respect to Waka Flocka. If you missed that set, you missed out, because he got into the mosh pit and was moshing motherfuckers. That motherfucker was like he proved that he was down They loved Juggalos. He wasn't afraid. Motherfucker came out there and he had a great time. And I know that motherfucker stayed the whole week. So it's not like he performed and then bounced. That motherfucker stayed. He stayed. So shout out to Waka Flocka. Waka. Yeah, he played all the good stuff. I had a lot of fun with the Waka Flocka set. I would love to see more Waka. I think he should come every year. He should be a main stage because that was fun. So then I was excited for the ICP set. They didn't announce what it was. I was like, oh, what could it be? And, speculations. The Knot coming out. Will they play some Knot music? Would it be all second deck stuff? No, it was the festival set and the tour set. So I'm a Ohio Jug. So I'm a greedy motherfucker. I get a lot of Jug events that happens all the time. I see a lot of Ouija. I see a lot of ICP. And I actually already saw the set. They did a Newport show in May. So it's like I was watching the same set again. So like low-key, I was disappointed. Just a little bit. I still had a great time. It's ICP. I got the Fago Rain on me. I love that. It's my favorite thing. But just like I seen the show already. I've seen this show and I was happy. I was more happy for the people that weren't able to see the tour, right? I was more happy for them than myself. But they did change things up. I think $50 was not on the tour set. And they ended it with Bang Pow Boom, which on the tour they ended with Pass Me By. And I like that they waited for Pass Me By until the Shangri-La tour set. Like, to have Pass Me By twice, like, listen, I love Pass Me By. It's always a closer. And I'm like, am I just being like too particular? Like, I want to hear other shit. Sometimes, like, we get to hear the same songs over and over again. Like, it's great. But I mean, it's my sixth gathering. So, like, I would love to hear newer songs or older, like old Junts and stuff like that. Like, the gathering, like, those sets are special. So, like, I'm fine with Jay planning on that JCW stuff, like, and Shaggy doing his own thing and just bringing the tour set to everybody on Thursday. Fine. Kosuke said that was his favorite set of the night from ICP. I thought the performances were great. Loved it. I mean, it's ICP. You can't go wrong with them. So after ICP, I went back to my car. I fucking dumped three fucking bottles of water on me to clean me the soda off. All right. I already had my towel already ready, and I put them in a plastic bag, and I was ready to go back down. And I watched a little bit of the JCW, GCW Day 2 thing. And then I watched that a little bit, and then I was supposed to watch the Humble Monk thing. Oh, Humble Monk was supposed to play at 150 at the designation stage. So I went over. So I was like, all right. So I left wrestling early to make it out there. And Clockwork E, Apollo was playing. Apollo Exodus, Columbus boy. I like Apollo. Every time I see him, I say what's up to him. He's pretty cool. And then I was like, okay, maybe they're playing this and Humble will come afterwards. So I kind of waited a little bit. And then Clockwork E came on, and I was kind of like, huh, okay, Clockwork E playing. Okay, I once again, they're Ohio Jugs. Support them. They're doing, like, they're really connecting with the culture, and good for them. I was confused because I was told one thing and I'm seeing another thing. So like, okay. So I kind of like, and then also Sun was there as well. Nothing against Sun. I just I haven't listened too much of him. Okay. And they did the Catfish song. I like the Catfish song on Anubis. So I'm glad. Like that album, I think I told Billy and Kyle where I saw them. Like Anubis is it was really good. I think it's better than the Emerald Tablets. I think they're really finding their thing, which is really good. Like, when you find an artist that finds their thing, I think that's why if you haven't learned, like, this is Billy's, like, you haven't listened to this PG-17, like, Billy figured it out. And what if this is like his Ringmaster. Like, I feel the reason why I love the Ringmaster so much is like, that's when the clowns figure out their style and their sound, and everything after the Ringmaster is like, boom. So it's like, hey, what's up, Swell? Whoop, whoop. Oh, I haven't listened to that, and I am probably I don't know. I don't know if I will be listening to that. Because I need a hard copy. Anyways, so when Sun was playing a little bit, so I went to check the movie tent because there was a bunch of carts there. I was like, huh. I forgot that the Shaggy B movie club thing was showing. So I actually went in there. I was like, hey, is there any spots open? And they looked in and go, yeah, there are some spots open. So I kind of went in there and I was sitting down and it was Jump Steady and Shaggy like talking about this movie. I don't know what movie it was because I went to the tail end of the thing. But what I saw was fucking silly as hell. And Shaggy and Jumpsteady were having a great time. And honestly, people, like I have this idea, like, all right, I didn't want to do it this year, but maybe next year I do something like this. Before it was announced that the Shaggy was doing a B movie club show, I was like, oh, wouldn't it be cool to have a screening of a movie at the movie tent with the homies and have like a Q&A or like we're talking throughout the movie and stuff like that. We talk about the movie afterward, whatever. So the fact that I saw Shaggy and Jump City do this makes me go, ooh, this can work. This can work. You can get me, I don't give a fuck. You put me at 3 a.m. Like, 3 a.m. they play The Night Comes for Us after the Shaggy B movie thing. Nah, man, you can put Whoops Up, Whoops Down, and we watch one of the fucking movies and we fucking have a good time with that. Like, I think that would be dope as hell. There's air conditioning there. Watching the Shaggy, B movie club, like I'm so glad I was able to peep that because I was gonna miss it because of wrestling, but because of the possible Humble Mung playing on the Detonation stage, and it turned out to be Clockwork E. Clockwork E did kill the set. They always kill it. They know they found their thing. They found their gimmick. They found their sound, and they're fucking rocking it, right? So I watched that a little bit, and then I went to the movie club thing, and I was like, it blew me away. Then it was time for Darby. And that Darby set 2:15 a.m. I like perfect. That for Darby with Willow coming out. I loved Willow. Willow is a fucking fantastic album. I have a copy right here. Whoops. I changed it to the Suffering Tree, so I think this looks nice on the cover for Willow. I think because it's like this is fucking cool as hell. So yeah, I definitely did change it to this, and I was trying to change it on my Apple Music to this, but this image is not on the internet that much, I would say. So of course I was hyped for Darby. Hung out, I saw all the homies unhappy, Nick Bazaar, Tana, all of them, DPC, Ruby was already there, She's House. Got to hang out with him, and then when Darby played him, fucking, come on, man. Darby fucking killed it. Darby, I really got into Darby when Creek came out. Like I didn't know who Darby was until I was aware of him because of the Three-Headed Monster tour. He was on there, and I never peeped his music out. And I think during his set, I did my meet and greet, so I actually missed his set. But I know they were promoting Creek. And the only reason why I got to listen to Darby is because I started listening to Shaggy the Airheads music a lot at that time, and Darby kept popping up. And, Lazy and Crazy Volume 1 and Coffee and Waking Up. Like Darby's in there. So I was like, okay. So when Creek came out, I was going to listen to it. So glad I did because he's I didn't know, because of my depression issues and how I feel about myself, I connect with that with Darby's music. Like that's something that connects with me. I can tell that it's not for everybody. And that's fine. Music doesn't have to be for everybody. It's a creative outlet for other people, right? But it's for those who connect with it. It's gonna feel, even with the clowns. You gotta think about the Insane Clown Posse. Such a niche fucking thing. Only a certain amount of fucking people can dig it, right? Right? I mean, like we've been making fun of. Like I'm the only Jug in my friend group for a while before I met other homies. I had no OGs. Come on, man. So no one put me on game about Darby. No one put me on game. I had to discover these things on my own. And to connect with his music like that, like, and with Willow coming out on the 1st, and I was going through my shit. Like I was going, that was when I was knee deep in the shit that I was going through in my life, bruh. Like in my life. I needed Willow. I needed that to get through it, and then I needed the knot. Like it's strange how the carnival provides you with the soundtrack to what's going on in your life to help you get through it. Because life is fucking stale sometimes, you know. But hey, I'm still breathing, and that's what matters, you know. So Darby set fucking killed it, dog. I love seeing him with Devereaux and Shaggy came out and they did squad. Of course, they did squad. At that time, my voice is like gone. Like I'm trying. Like it was gone. So after Darby, I think we ended up doing something else, and I had to. I was gonna end up like the plan was I was gonna take Leslie back to her hotel because I had the hotel key. I was responsible for that. But I did not want to go back to that hotel. She ended up taking somebody else back to her apartment. I was like, back to the hotel. It's like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna go back with Nick Bazaar and Tana. So I ended up taking Leslie back to their and CB. I'm gonna give a shout out to him. Where's my phone? Where the fuck's my phone, dog? Oh, there it is. All right, so. So CBR Bruce, he was also performing at the gathering. He was going to stay at Leslie's hotel as well. I was like, I don't, you're going to have that person sleep on the couch. I was like, nah, that's okay. So I ended up calling Unhappy and was like, hey, do you mind if I stay? If there's an extra room, can I stay at your Airbnb? So I ended up doing that. So I ended up taking them back to the hotel, driving all the way back. Before I did that, I did see Kosuke and Odious do the death, and that was fucking sweet to see those guys fucking kill it. Those are the homies. I think they make great music too. I like Kosuke's beats. I love Odious's beats. If you haven't listened to, I don't have the CD up here. But Ultraviolent, the newest Kosuke album, that's dope. I ended up getting my copy of Psych Ward Soldiers. Still haven't opened it yet. I listened to it once. It's a fucking dope album. I can't wait to listen to it. Physical copy because I know the music is going to be hit a little different. So I can't give a full rating on this one yet, but from what I know, that this is a good. I enjoyed this album. Shout out to Kosuke. Shout out to Odious, and shout out to Humble Among the Psych Ward Soldiers. So they ended up doing a Do the Death. Do the Death is just Odious and Kosuke. They ended up doing a performance at the Dab Ranger camp. So then I took Leslie and CBR Bruce back to the hotel. And then I drove back and I got Nick and Tana, and while Ruby was playing. So I got to see Cheese. I keep saying Cheese. Cheese House was playing. Cheese House was playing. And Nick Bazaar was just having a great time. And I was like, it was like 5 a.m. I was like, hey, let's go back. So we went back to the Airbnb. I got to sleep in a bunk bedroom. It was nice. Next day, we're in day 3 now. So like, woo. So, and before I left, my homie Isaac was sleeping in a chair near my camp that was set up. And I told him, like, hey, man, I'm not using my tent anymore. I'm not going to use it. I'm going to stay somewhere else. Instead of like breaking my tent down, I told Isaac, like, look, you can stay here. You can stay in my camp. You can stay in my tent. My sleeping bag's brand new. You're good, man. You have a place to sleep in. Don't worry about it. The only day you have to worry about is Saturday night because I'm leaving after the clowns. So it's like, all right, you got a place to stay. Don't be sleeping on fucking a chair at night. It's uncomfortable as hell. So shout out to that boy, Isaac. Got a place to stay. He's a good guy. So dropped them off. All right, now we're on day 3. Let's see here. Day 3. I wanted to do the Tomwood art battle. So we got there a little later because I wanted to see Brian do his art battle. I mean, if you haven't seen Brian's work, it's all over my body at this point. I mean, Brian did this. Brian did my C-17. I'm gonna get up now. Brian did my Darby. Brian did my Hatchet Man. And Darby did the Ouija. Ryan did my ICP. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna support Brian Red. Hell yeah, I'm gonna support Brian Red. And Kat from Star Candy was also wanted to see Brian, so I make sure that they got to see that as well. Brian did not end up winning. Dead Canvases did, and Dead Canvases fucking shit looked dope as hell. So, if anybody could beat Red, it had to be Dead Canvas. So congrats on that one. That was actually pretty fun to go to. And I'll probably go to the art show next year. That was actually pretty fun. And to see other people's work and stuff like that and see what they're creating. I mean, I can't paint with this shit, and I can't draw with this shit. So it's always great to see homies and other people able to be creative like that. So shout out to them. So after that, I think I don't remember quite what I was doing after that. Kind of was up in the air. I kind of like walked around with people. I think I ended up getting more merch because it was Friday. I ended up getting more merch. So I got my mom a t-shirt. I got my mom 2 t-shirts. I got my mom's favorite Ouija song is Demon Seed. So I got her the Demon Seed shirt that looks like a VCR tape or a movie poster. It's a fucking cool shirt. Mom needs this one. And then she wanted a Gathering of the Juggalos shirt, but I waited too long. Those fuckers, all the good ones were like out. So I just got the original logo for the Gathering of the Juggalos. So I'm gonna got 2 shirts. I wasn't planning on getting anything, people. I wasn't planning on getting anything. I end up getting, so Lazy and Crazy has those side bags. So at the gathering, they actually had the bigger side bag. And I looked at those. I'm like, am I about to get one of those? Am I about to get one of those? Bro, I got one of those. Yeah, and it was great. That's what I switched to that one. Bigger space. Carries a lot more stuff. That's definitely a bag I'll be using a lot. But I also ended up going to the C-17 booth. And I got, like I said, I've been collecting albums. So I bought Pew Pew. I got the Ouija Zodiac, and I got the red rum version of Pretty Ugly. I actually, I love this album. Some songs on here I love a lot, and I remember during COVID when this album came out, I bumped this a lot. So the fact that I have a hard copy of this boy makes me super excited to listen to this a lot. I wish he would play more songs. I mean, like Fuckface, Pussy Murder, Pew Pew, Zodiac, Something New, Trash Can. Like, there's some fucking fire ass songs on this fucking shit, dude. So if you haven't listened to Zodiac, peep it out. Pretty Ugly, dope album. I also listened to this during that COVID era, a lot. I think it's an album that has grown on me. A lot of Ouija, I would say, like Ouija Magic during COVID was releasing a bunch of shit all the fucking time, and it was really hard to keep up for a little bit. So I did fall off a little bit because I was going a lot with my life. But I remember listening to this a lot because like ugly at Face Ass Boy, I'll listen to a lot. I mean, Spring Valley's on here. I love Malfoy Twins. Mac with the Goop is also fucking dope. Bones Broke, Ostrich, Chop Suey, Juggalit, 108 come on, 108 bodies. Goddamn bodies. This customer service is bullshit. So got excited for that. I also when I went back to the Psychopathic Merch booth, I know he hasn't stopped since. That motherfucker all he does is drop music. Hey, like, bruh, like good for him. Like everybody's like, oh, I don't like Ouija's music. I'm like, that's okay. You don't have to. That motherfucker's gonna keep working, and the people that do like his music will continue to bump it. I mean, I have a lot of Ouija shit here, you know. Yeah, right. More for me. I mean, I got my Dark Planet Boy. I got, the Come to Kill, the Nazi stopping one. I got I got the Psychobabble mystery crate thing. My ACP stuff, all my albums, cool shit. I also picked up this bad boy. Shaggy 2 Dope presents the Quest for the Ultimate Groove CD for $5 because most of them were gone by now. I went to peep the CDs and I saw that most of the shit was gone, but this bad boy wasn't. And me being a Shaggy the Airhead mark, I love this album. I do. I mean, How You Been is one of my favorite junts on this one. That beat is awesome, and I remember talking to Shaggy the Airhead about it. I think it's the first time I ever talked to him. We talked about this album, and he said that he also liked How You Been. I think it's the way that the silencer comes in. It's like, I don't know what about that one. I love that one. So now to hear it, the physical copy and all its freshness, I can't wait to listen to this. I haven't opened it yet. Haven't even opened it yet. Look at me. Huh. So after I went through merch, went back down to, to the hilltop, with the homies. I saw Wacko the Kid. I'm a big Airheads guy. I spoke to Airheads. I try to get them as much as I can. I enjoy them. There's certain shit like fucking makes me stone as hell. So, so after it said, I wanted to buy some Airheads, some more, because I think I only bought Fuck Off. I didn't smoke it. I waited until I got back. That interview is coming for Fuck Off. I still have like one bud left from that one. I ended up buying Chlorine. That was the only specialty boy left. Hocus Pocus was gone. When I got in line, there was like one Hell's Pit, Shangri-La one. Some dude bought dude in front of me dropped like $600 fucking dollars on Airheads. It was fucking crazy, like fucking crazy. And so I was like, I just want that. And I actually was cash only. I only had my card, so I had to fucking go back to the ATM. Don't ever use the ATM at the gathering. $7.50. $7.50 is the charge to get cash out of the ATM. Fuck that. Next time, all cash. Like, I'm bringing nothing but cash. I mean, I always do. I just ran out of cash. I just want to buy more shit. So that's on me for spending my allowance. So on my way down, that's when Ill Bill was playing, but then he stopped playing. So I didn't know what happened, but later I found out that he went off stage. So like, oh, okay. So I went back to the hilltop, and I was excited for Guar. Like, I saw Guar at the Supa after Morris Day in the time, and I've been a fan since. I've been listening to some of their albums. There's certain songs I fucking fuck with like hard. I love the gimmick. There's the fact that Guar is just like they're space aliens that come down to Earth to rock our face. I love the gimmick. I love the costumes. I love the blood. I mean, like, there's a lot of like crossover when it comes to Guar and ICP. Like, I can see the appeal of both and how like they are perfect to play together on a set. So I saw Guar, fucking enjoyed the fuck out of that set. Double whoops up for the Guar set. Fuck yeah. As I'm realizing as we're doing this recap, I didn't listen to a lot of music this year. I hung out with a lot of people, a lot of homies, a lot of people I stopped and talked to, dapped up, mostly. I didn't really get to see a lot of music. Tech 9 was after Guar. I watched it from the hilltop. I saw Tech 9 at my first gathering in 2014. I saw him at the Supa. So I used to like Tech 9 heavy, especially after the 2014 gathering. After the 2014 gathering. Oh, really? With what? If that's true, Swizz, fuck, man. Which dude? There's several dudes. That's purely speculation, right? That's not confirmed. That's just purely speculation. whatever. If that is true, fuck, you know. And here's the thing: I can't listen to Guar anymore. I don't have streaming. I would have to buy an album from Guar to listen to Guard. No, don't send it to me. I don't want to watch it right now. You can show it to me when I show up to your show because I would love to come to your show, Swizz. I saw. Okay, I ended up meeting you, Swizz, one time. I only saw you once at the gathering, and that was day 0. And I got to talk to you for a little bit. I'll have to talk to you more. You know, us Ohio jugs need to stick together. Anyways, so Tech9, I'm a big fan. I would say I was a big fan from like 2014 to like 2016. I was listening to heavy. I did not see what they did with the. I know that Taylor Swift came out and there was an alien baby. I know they scored a lot of blood. I was really close, but I was on the side view. I wasn't in the middle view. I miss Tech with Chris Calico. I think he's better with Chris Calico. I think because a lot of his old stuff has Chris in it, and you know what? So it's probably because I didn't get the effect from the bands because I was watching from the hill, right? I missed that aspect. Because Chris Calico, when he performed at the 23rd gathering, that set was fucking dope. I had a great time with that set. Chris Calico is the fucking shit. All right. So I did miss him, and that's probably why I watched him the hill. Like, there's no Chris. There's no, to me, like him and Tech9 are like, they need to be together. But I would say when Tech9 was playing the old shit, it was hitting, and the crowd was hitting it. The crowd was, you could tell from the hill how big the crowd was. And it kind of, that was the first time I felt how big this gathering was during during the Tech9 set, where it was really when I got to fucking feel the mass size. Apparently, it was a 10,000 attendees, which is the biggest gathering since Supa. And Supa felt pretty big. Maybe not as big. Like, this one felt bigger because everybody's more condensed. Where if you went to the Super gathering was so spread out. It was like, to get to the main stage was like you're going to Mordor. Like you were like starting from the Shire and going to Mordor. You had to walk your ass. I think one time me and Autumn, we walked through the woods. Like, we cut through it. And that was a little fun. That was fun, but I don't think it. I don't know if it cut through the time. I'm glad we didn't go back to that set because fuck that hill. If you ever went to the Supa, fuck that hill. So the Tech9 set, he played Planet Rock, which I love Planet Rock. Einstein, I love Einstein. He played some stuff from straight out, I think he played straight out of the gate. He teased Areolas. Like, okay, like, it was good. I'll give the Tech9 a whoops up. I can't front, all right? Whoops up. But when he did play his new stuff, crowd kind of died a little bit. Like, it died a little bit. But it picked back up when he started playing the old stuff. So Tech9's a performer. And then next was the Ouija Mac. And I, like, of course, I don't have to fucking show you my room to show how excited I was for Ouija Mac. All right. And I thought the set this year was fucking dope, man. As we're gearing up to Sunken Church, he is an entertainer, He been playing Hood Go Crazy. He played some of, the radio hits and stuff like that. Listen, mad respect for Tech9. I will always have respect for Tech9. I don't hate him. Okay. I just don't want to, I don't know. You have a love for, a band or a person, I get nostalgia for it, but there's nothing about Tech now that I want to seek out. The Tech that I want to seek out is the old stuff. I rather go back than go forward with Tech9. Where Ouija, the Clowns, Darby, Shaggy, Devro, fucking Gloomy. Like, there's other art. Like, there's other things I want to listen to, newer stuff. I'm never gonna diss anybody who wants to listen to Tech9 and love Tech9. He's fucking talented. I'd be dumb to say that he's not talented. He's fucking talented, y'all. Anyways, Ouija Mac, because we're getting ready for the sunken church. I love the medieval theme. I love how you come out as a fucking knight. I loved how DJ Chunk was the jester, and they started fucking playing bangers. Listen. I know some people were like, "Oh man, the crowd, like a lot of the crowd left for Ouija Mac." Who gives a shit? The people who stayed got to see a fucking show. You talk about, Tech Nine is an entertainer. So is Ouija Mac. I am never bored with the Ouija Mac. Like, he always brings the energy, and the songs that he picks, the bass, bro. When I got to hear the bass, because we got to pick a good side in the middle, and me, Nick Bazaar, Tana, and Will Gates, we start at one spot, and as the music going on and people are trying to get to the front, you weasel your way in. So we kept weaseling our way up closer and closer and closer to that Ouija Mac set, and so I get to see it clearly and stuff like that. I just love the design, everything, and I just had fun. Ouija Mac, I always look forward to his performances, and the people that leave to go back to their camps, bro, you're missing out. I mean, he kills it. Every set, I think his gathering sets are one of the fucking best. Thank you. So look, you can, it wasn't great. It looked great. It looked great. I mean, now I would say this: there are certain songs in his sets that repeat a little bit, just like the clowns. That because I see Ouija Mac so often, that I'm like, the excitement. You know why, Swiss? Because it's his tours are like in a smaller set, right? Smaller settings, a smaller crowd. I think it's hit or miss, basically on what crowd you go with. I think the Louisville show, I was probably the hypest. I was thinking, like, I think it just depends. It depends on who you go with. But I still have a great time. I think the reason why his gathering shows are so much better is because, I think the sound quality is better. He puts a lot of effort to it. I think, and I think because it's like he feeds off the crowd. So whatever energy the crowd brings, he's gonna feed to it too. So it's like I love seeing him on tour, right? Because his tickets are not expensive. It's easy for me to see a Ouija Mac show, right? It's hard for me to go see the other mainstream artists because I'm paying $300 fucking for the nosebleeds. I go to a Ouija Mac show, I'm paying $25 fucking, and I get to hang out with homies. And then maybe I spend a little extra for the VIP because I only pay $25 fucking. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I can understand that the tour set, you might not like, meh, that's fine. Because when you come to the gathering, bruh, to me, his tour sets, it's just gearing up for the gathering. Yeah. Yeah, it just, as an Ohio Jug, I feel privileged. I feel like I am I'm whining. Where other people don't get to fucking see these shows. And here I am like, man, I'm tired of seeing the same fucking set, the same fucking songs. Oh god. Look, Demon Seed is gonna keep playing. All right, I'm not gonna bitch about Demon Seed. I'm never gonna bitch about Clown Love. Like, I'm never gonna bitch. Now, there's certain songs I'm like, all right, people get more hyped than me. And because I'm going through all this drama in my life right now, and it's really changing how this show's gonna look. It's gonna change how I handle my life and my merch buying and stuff like that. Like, it's very much possible that this is my last show until the gathering. Like, I won't see another Jug show until the gathering, which is fucking crazy to me to think that I'm gonna go a whole year without, Juggalo Ohio. I think I still will go to it. Say, you know what, Swizz, Juggalo Ohio Ouija performance are different too. They hit different too. If you're not, like, oh, I don't want to see Ouija Mac on tour, see Ouija Mac at the gathering and Juggalo Ohio. Those Those two will that's all you need. That's all you need in your veins, dog. That's all you fucking need. And I'm in Cincinnati. So, bro, you should. Let me tell you this, Wiz. Because of if they keep doing it the same location, the Super 8 that's close to the venue is like a mini gathering. That's what it feels like. And it's like 2 days. And it's always about timing. I know. But this year being in March, it was the weather was nicer. Well, everybody was outside. It was great. It felt like another gathering. And it fucking only lasted for 2 fucking days. It was just like, woo! It was so fast. And I felt like this year's gathering happened so fast. It was long but fast at the same time. You know? So if you can make it out, Swizz, to a Juggalo, Ohio, I know that there were talks that they might do Cleveland. They might look at Cleveland. You know, Columbus is just a clown town now. But yes. I mean, I see a lot of people that like I see at the gathering at Juggalo, Ohio. Like, there's a lot of homies that come in just for that. So after the Ouija Mac one, I booked it. I booked it to my car. I already had my change of clothes. I changed my clothes real quick, and then I fucking hauled ass to the Shaggy the Airhead set. I was not gonna miss that set. So I made sure I had my fucking outfit on point, on locked, and I think I ended up going when I went to the merch booth at Shaggy the Airhead. Before the Shaggy the Airhead set, I think I went to the merch booth when I bought the bag, and I talked to Shaggy's brother. I was like, man, like, when Shaggy's gonna drop more music? Like, I'm dying to listen to music. He said, after Shaggy's set, new music will drop. And he gave me like one of this, like, shush. I was like, what? So the only person I did tell was Nick Bazar, because who's a bigger Shaggy the Airhead fan than me? Nick fucking Bazar. So I told Nick Bazar, like, hey, Shaggy's dropping new music tonight. So after that, Shaggy the Airhead set was fucking dope as hell. He played songs that end up being on the EP. I love his set. You talking about a guy I don't see very often. You know, Shaggy the Airhead doesn't do tours. The only time I do see him was at the gathering at Juggalos, Ohio. And every time I see his performances, it gets better and better and better. You can tell the comfortabilities. Like, he just rocks the stage, and he's dope. I mean, he's my guy. And they were throwing free fucking merch in the crowd. Love that. I got to he did, Swizz. He dropped The Secret World at the gathering. So I'm going to get to this little bit. All right. If you buy the physical copy, you get Fee Fi Fo Fum remix. On the streaming services, you only get the first 6 songs. So sometimes it's very important to get the hard copy, boys, because sometimes you get a free song. Anyways, so the Shaggy the Airhead set was awesome. I got to meet some people from the UK, from Wales, and I forgot what the other guy was from, but from the UK. I got to take a picture with them, so that was pretty cool. And after the Shaggy the Airhead set, I kind of, I thought the booth would still be open. I thought this was going to drop at the booth that night. So I actually went back to the Lazy and Crazy booth, and I kind of sat there. I sat there and waited. I waited. And then, yeah, they didn't come. They didn't come. So I end up walking around, and I'm really taking in what's been going on in the gathering, and really taking in what's going on in my life right now. And I think that was probably what the absolute sadness really hit me at that time, at the gathering, when I was real alone. I was kind of walking around a lot. I didn't really see a lot of homies. There was really nothing really playing. I could have went to the JCW Day 2 thing, but I ended up just totally skipping it. I did check out the Clownless Glow Armageddon, just because Bobby Blaze was DJing it, and I always will support Bobby Blaze. He's the homie for real. I kept saying this. And as I was walking in, they were playing that Clownvis Fago Rain song, and fuck, I love that song. I unironically love that song. I think Devereaux did a good job with that beat. Leading up to the gathering, I was singing that fucking song. It really got me into the gathering mood. There will be no more pain when we're lost in the Fago rain. Like, felt like I needed that because I was feeling so much pain, and I was ready to get lost in the Fago rain. And actually, during the they were throwing there was glow sticks everywhere. There was a ball, a football that was glowing up and everything. Somebody threw it in the crowd. I picked up one of the glowing footballs, and the guy on the stage was hold his hand up like, "Hey, throw it to me, brothers." I shit you not. I ain't lying here. I threw that fucking football on his hands, right on the money. Boop. I was like, I needed that. I need to learn. Fuck yeah. So, so I peeked out a little bit, and I just kind of walked around a little bit, and then I hit up Tana and Nick Bazaar. I was like, hey, are you ready to go back? I'm ready to go back. I wasn't. I was kind of done with the day. I didn't need to be. I didn't need to be alone anymore because I was getting super sad, boy. Super sad, boy. And here's the thing: I didn't really do a lot of substance while at the gathering. I mean, I really did was smoke cigars. And then anytime anybody offered me any marijuana, I did take it. So I was stoned here and there, but most of the time sober. The only thing I really was eating throughout the day, I had granola bars, crackers. I went bare fucking minimum, people, bare minimum. And I think this was the only day where I actually bought food. I had a pickle pizza, and I got a slushie, a $9 slushie that was actually really fucking good. It was $9, but it was all fresh materials. I ain't gonna front, that was good as hell. So once we got back to the Airbnb, that was a lot of fun being with Nick Bazaar, Maisie, Tana, Frankie Goldie, mate. We were all hanging out, and I was up to fucking 7 a.m. that day too. I couldn't sleep. When I ended up falling asleep, then we get to the last day, and I knew that my last day was Saturday was gonna be the last day. And I showed up for the ICP seminar. I already had my outfit already set up. I knew that after the ICP seminar, I was gonna, take down my tent. I do that every year. If I had a tent or everything, I make sure everything's packed up before the main stat stuff happens. So when the clowns are done, I can go home. I only live 2 hours away from Legend Valleys. So tell me this. If you live that close or that far away, wouldn't you want to go home to a bed? To your bed? I had a partner who I haven't seen that whole week. And I was dying to see them. So I was like, nah, I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to go home after the clowns. I think the last day, especially after the ICP seminar, it started to hit me. The sadness of leaving and not able to see all the people. I didn't really take a lot of pictures, but the last day, it was heavy pictures. Anybody I saw, I was taking pictures with you. So after the ICP seminar, which they had it outside, which is awesome. So we didn't have to be in that fucking hot ass tent, and we didn't have to smell that awful fucking trash. Kinda. We actually end up doing. And the seminar was interesting. I don't know if we heard anything new per se. It was nice hearing Jay's thought about the knot. It was interesting to hear about Juggalo weekend being at Orlando. If say my life gets together by then, maybe I go to that Orlando show. So that was interesting. So after the set, I went back to my camp. I took down my tent, which was fun because it's easier to get everything out of the bag. It's putting everything back in the bag is always the issue. So I had to fucking roll it a different way. Finally figured it out. And since I didn't have a lot of stuff, I had my wagon there. It was so easy to drag that bitch all the way up. And so my mom had got me a handicap thing on my door, on my car. So when I come back from the gathering, they think I'm handicapped because they see the handicap boy. So I actually keep the park closer to the gate and not all the way out back in the general admission thing. So that's sweet. So lucky me. So after that, I went to watch Godzilla -1. I was looking at all the movies being played. I saw on the tent they were playing Godzilla -1. I'm a huge fan of that movie. I love that movie. I'm a big Godzilla fan. So I was like, you know what? To pass time, let me go to the movie tent and watch a whole movie. All right. So I got in there and there were some seats left. The movie just started. And actually, where they were at in the movie was perfect because like it was more Godzilla was happening when I got there, like the good stuff. Like the stuff I missed were all, character development, all that stuff. Like I've seen the movie 3 times prior in theaters. So this is my 4th time viewing it. Maybe my 5th time. Rangers, what's up, Juno? Rangers, smoke! If you got them, smoke them right now. So I'm in this tent. I see Manny there. I sit next to Manny. I talk to him a little bit about the movie. And then the Talk Hip guys come that do the podcast with Manny. I talked to them a little bit. I introduced myself. I said, hey, I watched the podcast with you guys with Jump Steady when you talk about movies. Hey, I actually do a movie podcast as well. So I, give the fucking thing. And while we're there, there's this one girl, all right, that was just acting a damn fool during this movie. So there's subtitles. So the movie's Japanese, all right? So there's subtitles. And I don't know what Jump Steady was doing when he picked this movie. Maybe having it at 4 o'clock is not a good idea for a subtitle movie because people kept moving. So, when people are moving the screen, the way they had the screen up in the projector, like people kept getting in front of it. I'm like, man, like I can see why people getting frustrating. But this one girl was like, next time, why don't you pick American films? I was like, ew, that's gross. That's a gross comment to make. And she was really acting a fool, causing a scene. And Manny was called her ma'am. Just called her ma'am. It's polite. You call a woman a ma'am, right? She goes, I'm 36. I'm not a ma'am. Listen, people. This woman did not look no damn 36. 46, because she said she had a 21-year-old daughter. Now you do the math. 36 and 21. And this girl looked like, well, I'm not going to judge. All right. We all have our problems. This wasn't no spring chicken, dog. And she was causing a scene and she was booing everybody. So when she got up and when she came back, I was like, sit down. You're blocking the screen. Just to really dig it in her. And it just like, I just saw Manny just losing his mind out there because it was his last time doing the movie set of the week. And this woman was just giving him so much shit. But after Godzilla -1, I went to the main stage, and Maisie painted me up. I don't know if you have seen the picture. I'll show you guys real quick. So Maisie does her own face paint, and Autumn is the one that used to do my face paint. So all the face paints I did through the gathering, Autumn did it. So like now the person that used to do it is not in my life anymore. Oh shit, who's gonna do my paint this year? So I asked Maisie, I was like, hey, can you do my paint? And she agreed, and this is how it came out. I think it looks pretty fucking fresh. It was actually Maisie's first time doing somebody else that's not her. And Autumn is the one when I did Bala's, we did Bala's the Bala's Christmas party in Columbus. Autumn is the one that painted my the bottom of my beard white. And I thought that looked fucking cool. And not just, just have it cut off and all of a sudden there's no paint here. Like, no, that just to continue it. I think that added to it. So I got to wear it, and I actually stayed on pretty well. Even though I was sweating, the makeup stayed on. So I was like, fuck yeah, dog. And then the moral technique was on by the time, as she was painting me up. So when Bone Thugs and Harmony came on, before they came on, I decided, why not had a dab rig? And he was like, do you want to finish this? And I thought about it, and I was like, yes, let me like as a fellow dab ranger, I wouldn't feel right to not be at the gathering and not do one dab, right? So I finished it off. I grabbed my cigar and I started walking around. Started walking around the crowd to see if I can get anybody I haven't seen yet. Just trying to get the pictures done, because I knew I was leaving and I wouldn't be able to say goodbye to all the homies that made the gathering so great for me, or I hadn't seen them yet. So I did that and I got a bunch of pictures. I got a great picture with the Dab Rangers. I got to see some people I haven't met yet. I knew from the internet. They're like, hey, like I know you from the internet, kind of thing. Like, you want to take a picture of me, kind of thing. Um, and I was starting to feel the dab. Like, I felt pretty good. And with the cigar smoking, it actually added a different level to it. With nicotine and the THC, like that's a good mix. That's why I like blunts, because of that mix right there. So when Bone Thugs is on, bro, I love Bone Thugs. Like, I mean, East 99 is one of my favorite albums. I used to own that album. It's probably lost somewhere. I'll probably have to rebuy it. But I know people were upset that they didn't get all 5 members. They got 3. I mean, and they played the shit. They played all the hits, man. They played, Love for the Money. They played Thug Love. They played Notorious. They played all the fucking shit, dog. And I was able to, like, as their set was going, I was still trying to make my rounds, because I know when 3-6 Mafia was going to come, I knew I was going to get that chance, because after 3-6 Mafia was the one set that whole gathering that I'm like, that's the set I want to see the most. I've never seen 3-6 Mafia live, never, and I have been a big fan of 3-6 Mafia since I was a boy, so like I was hyped as hell. So I'm walking through the crowd with my cigar, and I'm just like, woo! Got a picture with all the homies and stuff like that. Shout out to all the homies that took pictures of me. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Um, so, um, so after Bone Thugs, I went back on the hill because I wanted to see if Kosuke. I wanted to watch the 3-6 Mafia set with Kosuke. He's a big 3-6 Mafia fan, and I wanted to watch it. Like, we last year were on the hill bumping to DJ Paul set in the fucking rain on the last day, and I wanted that feeling again and share that moment with him. And I was waiting and waiting and waiting, and I couldn't wait anymore. So I ended up going down to see 3-6 Mafia by myself in the crowd. But in that crowd, I was able to see a couple people and stuff like that that introduced themselves to me. I love the 3-6 Mafia set. They played a lot of songs I love. I mean, the fact that they played Where's the Bud? Juicy J giving everybody the N-word pass for slobbing my knob was I was like, ooh, because it did get quiet when the when the chorus of slobbing my knob, like, I love slobbing my knob, but you cannot sing. I always say suck a brother's dick or something. Like, I have been pretty good at using the sub word for brother, just brother. You say it so fast, like, suck a brother's dick or something. Suck a brother's dick or something. It's so easy. If you got to train yourself, you got to get those beats and that timing right. But brother fits perfectly. So and then the fact that Juicy J played that Miley Cyrus joint and the Katy Perry joint was fucking crazy, dog. I was like, what the fuck? And listen, like, Juicy played Bands to Make Her Dance. Juicy J in 2012, my freshman year, or 13, it was, sorry, it's 2013, he dropped Still Trippin'. That his solo album. I fucking listened to that album front to back all the time. Like, I love that album. And probably an album I will own because I love that album so much. And Mike Will Make It. I love his beats. So actually hearing how Mike Will Make It beat loud and doing Bands to Make Her Dance, that was to be a bop. And then I mean, he played his pop hits. It's okay, you know. You can't play all 3-6 Mafia because there's no Gangster Boo, Gangster Nip, not Gangster Nip. Koopsta, there's members missing due to death. So, but they still played a lot of great songs. And then we get to the ICP Shangri-La tour set. And I remember listening to Shangri-La when I was 12. This is the first time I ever listened to Shangri-La. And I actually haven't listened to all. I didn't listen to all the Joker's cards in order, people. I didn't. The Joker cards I listened to were in this order: Riddlebox, Malenko, and the Wraith. So I listened to when I listened to the Wraith, I only listened to Riddlebox and Malenko and Bizarre were the only albums I've listened to. I actually listened to Truly Alone because I was during the MySpace era, and Truly Alone was my profile on my MySpace for that long. So I technically listened to some Hell's Pit, but I didn't listen to Hell's Pit until much later in life. Because like I said, there was no OGs. No one was handing me this shit. I had to do it my own. So Shangri-La has a special place in my heart. I love that album. I love it. I think it's really good. So to listen to it live, there's a lot of songs I've never heard Shangri-La live. I mean, Welcome to the Show. You did. Oh man, Hell's Pit. My senior year really hits me hard. That's when my mom got me Hell's Pit for Christmas. Was my senior year of high school, and during during the lead up to the musical performances, I was bumping Hell's Pit heavy. I mean heavy. So that was my mom listened to CPK and she didn't like it because they were killing preachers. But I was like, Mom, they're bad preachers though. I don't think my mom has ever listened to Hell's Pit fully. I need to get her on that. I know we're getting a little sidebar, Juno, but in 2007 was when the Psychopathic Records dropped the DVD of the music videos that from that time, and the Bowling Balls movie. The whole movie was on that. So that's the first time I ever watched the Bowling Balls movie. Was during that the Psychopathic music video one, and that's when I saw the old school Chicken Hunting as well, and all a lot of the other ones, the Twisted songs and stuff like that. Because I wasn't really into Twisted ever, so it doesn't pain me that they're not around at all. I always thought they were always a discount ICP, anyways. I know. So the Hell's Pit that I had when I was a kid had the Bowling Balls one. I ended up buying a new Hell's Pit. So for my for my birthday, the shop ICP sent me a $25 coupon, right? And since I knew I was going to start collecting CDs again, I bought Hell's Pit, Link, Lost and Found for 25% off. And the Hell's Pit that I bought was the Real Underground Baby one. I had never seen that one. And I think it has the bootleg in Colorado also on that one, I believe. It is a killer deal. Everybody disses on the shop ICP thing, but I think to give it time to let it put some shit on there, there's actually some good shit on that. Still, I always check the vault because the vault has a lot more cool shit. But anyways, the Shangri-La tour set stops, and I remember watching. I actually had the DVD of Bootleg in LA. I think I had that at DVD. So I actually technically already seen this set on a DVD. I think once. And I remember when they announced the set that they're going to do the tour. I looked up the list. I looked at the songs. I was like, oh, okay. The only thing I was disappointed about, and this is my complaint, my little minor nitpick about the set, where the fuck is Ringmaster? If you watch the set, they revealed every card. Where the fuck is Ringmaster? Why no Ringmaster love? Why not? No wagon? No for the maggots? Get off me, dog? Who asked you? Mr. Johnson's head? Southwest Song? You can't fit none of that shit in the set? Ugh. But anyways, I did they played 17 Dead. I love Beverly Kills 58187. I love that fucking EP. So hearing 17 Dead, not gonna complain. Hearing Blam live was also cool. Hearing Hell's Forecast was dope, especially when Jay changed the lyrics. No, Stomp is Tunnel of Love. So it's actually Riddlebox era, not Ringmaster. Sadly, they opened with Dead Body Man. Now you can argue, Dead Body Man was Terror Wheel, and there it was. But I believe when they played Dead Body Man, Riddlebox was shown and not Ringmaster. But there was a Ringmaster fucking card there to be revealed, but they never revealed it. This is a celebration of all 6, but we only get a peep of 5. That's an error in my part. But nitpick aside, that show was awesome. I love the set. The songs they did play was fucking dope, right? I love, the Fago shower is always great, and to me, like, that was the perfect time to hear Pass Me By is at the end, especially since the knot is about like nothing, and how there is no afterlife, to end it with the Wraith and in Shangri-La, and like, hey, because we believe in this carnival magic that, we are destined for Shangri-La, and that's how you should end this 25th, is in the bliss of Shangri-La. So after that, I got to see Darby and his girl. I dapped them up. I said bye to all of my people, and I did my 3 water baller gimmicks, got my clothes, and I drove off to say goodbye. And that's, I was able to talk about this gathering set for, 2 hours. And I'm missing a lot of stuff. But, it was a good time. It's my favorite gathering. But I say that every year. Every year I go to the gathering, it's always better than the last. You know what I'm saying? So, the 3 people in the chat, what was your favorite moment from the gathering? Juno, I was so happy that I was able to get a Dab Ranger picture. I think that is like one of the highlights for me, to be able to find you guys, post it up by main stage and able to get a picture. Cigar in mouth, doing the whoops up, whoops down, fucking thumbs up, man. Yeah, I still think the set list. If I had to pick a set, like, I can't rank them because they were all pretty good. I really enjoyed the 3-6 Mafia set. I need to go. I'm gonna start going record store hunting for some more 3-6. I want when the smoke clears. I need the old school boys. I need to find the old ones. Definitely. Yeah. I remember stay high, stay fly. So I had an MP3 player that could, like, it wasn't an iPod. It was an MP3 player that you could disconnect it, and it actually had a thumb drive. So it was actually like a thumb drive boy that you hook up to an MP3 player and listen to music. But you could also like listen to the radio, and you could record songs on the radio on your MP3 player. So I remember I recorded Stay High and Pop My Collar. So like those 2 songs when I hear it, I just get super nostalgic for Pop My Collar. Love it. Oh, I did get to meet this ninja right here. This clown guy right here. He's from Cincinnati. I see some of his posts, I think on Twitter or whatever. Shout out to him for repping Cincinnati hardcore like that, dog. Love you, man. Thanks for getting the sticker. I should have took a picture with you, but this is a dope picture. I love this guy. He's really funny. I also got some stickers from Stephanie. Smoke, classic. I fucked chapter 17. Fucked your mom at gathering. Killer Collection. Shout out to you. Thanks for the stick. Well, Killer Collections. Got to hang out with him the whole time. That was pretty cool. Got to meet him. Precious Juggalo, I got to meet. There's a lot of, it was nice. Every time I go to the gathering, I meet more of you guys. And this is the first gathering where people recognized me. Like people I didn't know recognizing me. Which was really cool. I got Yeah, I got the Snoopy one too. I think that was Rhonda's. Oh, and I also got a shit ton of these. The Lazy and Crazy business card boys, bro. I'll tell you what, because I wear so much Lazy and Crazy, I get comments all the time. So I pop these bad boys out, and that's how I spread the word. So that's how I do it. So that's the Gathering 25 for me. I got recognized about a bunch. I always got like, hey, are you Josh? Or are you Joshua? I'm like, yeah, yes, I am. So that was pretty cool. That's how Swizz found me. He introduced himself to me. So that was, really cool. And I had such a great time. Oh, I wanted some Dab Ranger gear, Juno, and you never hit me up. I wanted a fucking hoodie. I would push some Dab Ranger shit. I need more Dab Ranger shit. I have to hit you up. Because I'll push that shit too. Because I love Dab Rangers, man. You guys are awesome. And I appreciate you letting me in the clan. But all right, I think 2 hours is enough. Oh, I've been wearing 2XLs now. Unhappy got me on 2XLs. Bro, okay, so I didn't know this till I got home. So the merch I bought on day 0 at Lazy and Crazy, I end up getting 2 sizes. 2 of the shirts I bought the wrong size. I asked for 2XL. Yes, double 2XL, please, Juno. I got a large on one of my shirts. A large. I couldn't wear that, so I had to give it to my partner. I ended up getting the Darby. There was a Devereaux Shaggy the Airhead like Rick and Morty boy that I saw. That I ended up buying a whoop whoop. What's up, boy? There's a Darby. It was a Devereaux and a Shaggy Airhead Rick and Morty boy, and they only had a 3X. I ended up getting that one and giving it to my partner because they can wear it as like a nightgown. I got a yellow boy that I asked for a 2XL, which was an XL. I can wear an XL still. And then I got one of my shirts was double XL. So it's all good. I have so many Lazy and Crazy merch. I can't be sitting here bitching and complaining that I got the wrong size. I should be paying attention next time. That's on me, not on them. They're busy people. That booth is always working. So should have paid attention next time. Oh, also I got this. On the last day, I checked the Chapter 17 booth out one more time, and they actually had a Creek Boy. And I was so excited because now I'm not up to date, but I have Piecemeal. I now have this. I have Garden. I have Tin Bands, and I have Willow. So I mean, I'm the Darby albums that I bump a lot. I now have physical copies for. And I'm excited to hear this jaunt in CD in physical form because I don't know who told me this, but somebody told me. No, I think it was Ouija and Kev Buck when I talked to them in Louisville. They said that the sound quality in your CDs is better than streaming. So if you really care about the quality of your music, man, like you really care about the bass and the trumbles and the vocals and stuff like that, and getting a real version of it, buy the CD and put it on your computer, and it goes through iCloud and it sounds different. It is the shit. Like this album right here is dope as fuck. If you haven't listened to Secret World, bump it. I mean, it's only 19 minutes of your time. It goes by so smooth. Shaggy the Airhead is a real one with Devereaux producing. Good shit. I also got another Cheesegate album, Mental Patient Music. Apollon made this one. So I'm excited to listen to this one. I don't have all the Cheesegate stuff, so I'm catching up. So boom. Shout out to Ruby. Shout out to Cheese House and Will Gates. You guys are fucking dope. I love you guys together so much. Homies, the Caleb Simon guy has a YouTube channel. Gave me this one. I'll peep this out. I'm not gonna tell you what's this. I'm not gonna tell you. That's for me. My homie Dungeon makes beats, and he gave me this. I love his beats. He's a fucking cool dude. Check his shit out. I think I love his style, especially if you're like really into like Minecraft kind of theme music, especially working in a dungeon. It kind of has that feel to it. It kind of has that feel to it. This is WMC. They gave me this. I'll peep this out. I love getting shit like that. But yeah, I'm not gonna show you all my gathering merch, but that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Thanks for sitting here for 2 hours with me. I hope you enjoyed my recap of the gathering. If I didn't see you this year, hit me up next year. I definitely would like to talk to all you people. And then let's talk about the future of the show. I don't know what the future of the show is going to be. Money wise is really difficult. I'm going to trying to finish my Toxic Avenger series with Humble. I want to finish that. But it might be like live streams like this. I can do this for free, but the interview style boys are going to be a little harder to do. So I might have to put a pause on that until I figure my live shit out. But I might be doing more live streams and be more interactive. And maybe instead of like, it'll be movies, I'll still be doing what's up for movies, but I also will do CDs as well, TV shows. I'm watching anime right now. Be a little more audience friendly than I was before. So thank you for listening to me go through my emotional journey that is The Gathering. Yeah, you're always welcome, Juno. When I do the interviews, I would love to watch your favorite movie, man. But the interview boys will happen when my life gets back together. I want to, like I said, I want to finish. I want to finish the Toxic Avenger series. I got 2 more movies to watch with Humble. I've been enjoying that, and then we will definitely see where the future holds for me. Thank you for your love. Thank you for the support. I'm going to try to do these more regularly, maybe once a week. I do a live stream, or maybe once every other week. I'm not going to hold on to it. I technically have to work 2 jobs now just to get by. But you know what? We juggalos, right? We stay scrubbing. We stay grinding. But we, you know what? We never die. Juggalos never die. And we just got to keep going. Whoop, whoop. Much clown love. Thanks for everybody who showed up to the chat. Thank you for everybody who watched the recap of this thing. I love you guys. Much clown love. Much clown love.